Hi, and welcome. You're listening to the X22 Report. My name is Dave, and this is episode 2230A, and today's date is July 22nd, 2020, and the title of the episode is The Foundation is Strong, Patriots Prepared for This Economic Moment. Let's talk about health. You likely already know what collagen is. Collagen makes your skin healthy and gives you a youthful look. It strengthens nails, hair, teeth, and gut health, maintains muscles, improves joints, and so much more. Get yourself a bag of Ageless Multi-Collagen, and as an added bonus, if you order today, they'll give you free shipping, free VIP life health and fitness coaching for life, and a free e-report on the 14 foods for amazing skin. You'll also be feeding a hungry child for every order of Ageless Multi-Collagen today. They will donate nutritious meals to a hungry child in your honor. If you order today, you can save up to 51% off of Ageless Multi-Collagen. So go to healthwithx22.com or click the link below. Let's get into the economic collapse financial news. Now, what's very interesting is that the deep state, the mainstream media, the central banks, the more they try to keep the economy shut down, the more they try to stop it. It's having the opposite effect. It is not working. And the economy is making huge gains. Now, I do believe the Patriots, they prepared for this a while back. I mean, if you're going to go up against the central bank, what do you have to do? You have to build a strong foundation. You need to build a strong foundation in a parallel economy. What has Trump been doing since day one? He's been building this foundation. Now, he's a builder. He understands that to hold up the building, you need a strong foundation. And this is exactly what he's been doing. And it has worked. Because to go up against the central bank, you can't go up against the central bank while the economy is weak. And when I say the economy, I'm talking about there's no manufacturing, the trade deals, all part of the globalist trade system. The central banks are in complete control. And you have no control of what is going on. Since Trump came into office, what has he done? He's taken control of the magic wand. It doesn't mean he has magical powers. It means he understands how the central bank system works, how they manipulated it. Remember, this is not a free and open system. Interest rates are controlled. The market is controlled. It's not an open and free market. The central bank, the Fed, props up other systems, central bank systems, around the globe. Those systems then fund the stock market. He understood this. He took control over it. He also knew that the TPP, he knew that NAFTA and other trade deals needed to be reworked. He also understood that the globalist system was based out of China. And what did Trump do? He started to break up the supply chains, force companies to move out of there. Actually, now he has more power than ever. He has the ability to tell companies, listen, our economy is not doing well. We need companies back here to manufacture. We need companies back here for America. And he can tell companies this is what we need to do. Is he going to do that just yet? No. But he does have the power to do it. And since Trump built this foundation, propped it up, it can take a lot of beating. And this is exactly what has happened. During this pandemic, the economy was beaten upon because we were told we needed to artificially shut everything down. People couldn't work. People couldn't open their businesses. And the economy was going to suffer because of this. And the mainstream media, they're losing their narrative right now because they keep referring to old numbers. Oh, look at the unemployment rate. Oh, look at GDP. Oh, look, businesses aren't opening. But when you look today, things have drastically changed. Yes, we're not at full capacity. Yes, there are still mayors and governors trying to lock down their states, trying to prevent people from going out. But now, since masks are safe, right, people can go out and do business. That's interesting. But when you look at homes, for example, and homes are very important because when the value of your home drops, people contract. When the value of your home appreciates, people feel good. People feel like things are going their way. And people like this. It makes them feel confident. As the mortgage rates continually drop, This allows people to refinance, which puts more money back into their pocket. It allows people that couldn't get a certain level house to get that level house. It allows those people who couldn't enter the market, they're able to enter the market. And when we look at the U.S. mortgage purchase activity, it looks like it completely recovered. And it looks absolutely amazing. And when you look at U.S. home purchase mortgage applications, what do you see? You see that they're higher than ever. Actually, they're up far more than they were pre-pandemic. Yes, if you look back between March or beginning of April to May, yes, mortgage applications were down. But as we came out of April, we moved into May, then into June, then into July, everything started to turn around, which means this is really, really good for the economy. Because when we look at new homes, when we look at new construction, when we look at existing homes, what has happened? We're seeing everything increase like we've never seen before. Actually, if you look at the graph, it looks like a V recovery. We saw it in retail. We're seeing it in homes. We're seeing it in home builders' confidence. It's all looking like a V. Now, are we there yet with everything else? No. Remember, we don't have to get back to exactly where we were pre-pandemic. Let's talk about investing. You know, Noble Gold told me this July 4th was special. Gold is up around 16% this year, and the Dow has lost around 10%. And if you start a gold or silver IRA this July, you will get one of these 5-ounce America the Beautiful silver bullion coins with every qualifying IRA. To qualify, you must mention my name, X22 Report, and make sure you start the IRA in the month of July. Call Noble Gold at 877-646-5347 or click the link below. All Trump needs to do is show that he has the ability to reverse the economy, where the mainstream media was telling us we're in this recession, it's a depression, it will not recover. All he needs to do is keep the unemployment numbers down, continually have them decrease, keep the market up, having it increase, move gold and silver up, and the GDP numbers look good, and also continually make new trade deals with other countries and bring companies back here to the U.S., deregulate and cut taxes. All these things will improve the economy. People will look at the numbers and say, wow, he's able to take us from this recession/depression, that's the mainstream media calling it. He's able to take this, and he's, in this short period of time, he's able to rebuild the system. And people start to think logically that if all businesses were open and all businesses were at 100% capacity, the country would be doing phenomenally. It would be incredible, something like we've never seen before. Now, what's very interesting is when we look at gold, when we look at silver, what do we see happening? Gold has now shot up to a number that is so close to 1900, it's just unbelievable. Silver now is now at 22. Now, this is just absolutely amazing because during Obama's presidency, we only saw gold shoot up to 1900 and then it just dropped and kept on dropping. It never went back up. As soon as Trump was elected, we see gold moving up. We see silver moving up. We see the ratio between gold and silver. It's begun to close. Why is this? This is in preparation for the transition. The foundation was built. The parallel economy is being built on top of that. Everything that we're watching right now is the transition. The setup right now is to make sure everything is in place. This is why Judy Shelton right now is being brought into the picture. This is why the Fed was brought into the Treasury. Everything is being set up and prepared. Now, we know the deep state, the central banks, they're trying to stop this. I mean, there's going to be hiccups along the way because they don't want Trump to do this. And if you really think about it, the gold price is moving up because those people that are in power, they see what is happening. The central banks see what is happening. The countries see what is happening. Investors, they see what is happening. And they realize the jig is up. They realize that the Patriots are in full control right now. And we will get to a certain point where gold is going to start to make incredible moves. Silver is going to make incredible moves. And I don't believe that time is too far off. Is it going to happen this year? Maybe, maybe not. Are we going to see gold continually move up? Yes, we are. Are we going to see silver continually move up? Are we going to see the ratio begin to close? I do believe so. And what's going to happen here is, as gold and silver continually move up, we're going to see individuals take notice. Yes, we know the investors, portfolio managers, they're the first ones that are realizing this. Countries are realizing this. Central banks are realizing this. But the everyday person, they're not going to realize this until the very end because they're not going to be following this. And this is why we've always said it's very important. Remember, going back to 2014, 2015, around that time period when gold was $1,050, $1,100. Think about it. Purchasing gold at $1,050, $1,100, $1,250, or $1,300. Gold is at $1,800 and change right now, approaching $1,900. Gold is going to continually move up. And remember, gold is your insurance policy. And we explained this before. You bury, back in 1930, you bury $35 paper currency in the ground. You bury 1 ounce of gold, which is worth $35 an ounce. You dig it up today. The paper currency, you have $35. That's it. Gold is worth 18 and change. Which holds its value? Which is your insurance policy? It's gold. Proven over and over and over again. Remember, the central bank, throughout all these years, they didn't want anyone looking at gold. This is why they created the paper market. This is why they smashed the gold prices. This is why they kept the gold prices down, because they wanted everyone looking at their fiat currency. Well, here we are at the end. Here we are when everyone is going to take notice that maybe I shouldn't be holding this paper. Maybe I should be holding gold instead. For some, they'll realize this early on. Others, they're going to wait and wait. This is what happens during a transition. When we transition away from a central bank system and we move into a sound money system, you're going to see changes like this. You're going to see things happen like we've never seen them happen before, which people have said, no, gold will never reach this amount. Impossible. Actually, I believe gold is going to go much higher because the value of the fiat currency is worth absolutely nothing. And this is why we actually see precious metals moving up. Think about when we came off the gold standard in the 70s. What happened to the paper currency? It lost value very, very quickly. That's why we saw inflation. Doesn't mean the same exact products that were out there, all of a sudden just shot up in price. It meant that the dollar, once we came off gold, it just lost value. The reason why the interest rates were brought up was to control that. So people wouldn't recognize this because you needed to give people a lot more interest on their money to make up the difference. As we moved into the 80s, the 90s, the value of the dollar continually decreased. This is why they had to bring in the idea of another person working. This is why they had to bring in the idea, well, you know what? You can live on credit. This is why they had to bring in the idea, let's move manufacturing out to China where we pay people, pennies to manufacture this stuff. This is why they continually extended mortgages, financing on cars, student loans on cars. They went from financing to leases. Student loans, they continually extended the term. Mortgages, they continually extended the term. There's a reason why they did this, because they needed to make up the difference for the system failing. And that's what we saw over the many years. Trump has built a foundation, a parallel economic system, just like they built a parallel economic system prior to us coming off the gold standard in the 70s, and it was called the petrodollar system. That was already prepared for. Trump is now preparing for a sound money system where eventually what's going to happen is we're going to transition into that system. And I believe that day is approaching very, very quickly. If we watch gold, if we watch silver, and it starts to move up very quickly, you're going to know that time is almost here. Listen, everyone, thanks a lot for listening. Be well, be safe, and especially be prepared. Thanks a lot.